Am I the asshole for not being honest about liking my birthday gift? So, my birthday was 2 weeks ago. One of my good friends got me a gift that was completely not my taste. It was a really weird-looking sundress from a brand I never buy from, in a style I would never wear. I typically dress in a more androgynous, tomboy style. I was kind of surprised because she normally gives amazing gifts, and has gotten me cool stuff in the past. But because she's one of my closest friends, I didn't want to hurt her feelings. She included the receipt anyways, so I figured I'd maybe exchange it? Although the brand is not what I'd normally buy from. Anyways, I thanked her when she gave it to me, feigned some joy as I opened it, and took it home with me. In my head, I was just happy to have gotten a gift. It wasn't my style, but it was still thoughtful of her to get me a present. I chalked it up to her maybe pushing me to try something new, and moved on with my life. Today we were supposed to get lunch, so I thought I'd wear the dress to meet up with her. When I showed up, she seemed really shocked, angry, and we had a pretty tense, awkward meal together. Later, I got a long, angry text from her talking about how disappointed she was. Apparently the whole thing was a prank. She purposefully got me a dress that I would never buy myself, that she knew I wouldn't be caught dead in, to see if I'd be a good friend, and tell her the truth. She had seen some dumb video on social media about giving people bad gifts on purpose, to see if they are honest or not. Expected me to open her gift and gently tell her it wasn't what I really wanted, and thus, pass her test. Apparently she was planning on giving me my real gift, a vinyl of this band I really like, after I told her I didn't like the fake one. But since I lied I didn't deserve it. I am really taken aback, like WTF? Who does that? She called me an asshole for lying to her face about loving it, and I just haven't replied to her since. I genuinely don't know what to say, this situation is just out of pocket. This is really unusual behavior for her, or for anyone I am friends with, and I really don't know what to think. Am I the asshole? Is this normal? Not the asshole, you graciously accepted a gift, nothing wrong with that at all. And anyone who tests a friend or family member is an asshole. Not the asshole. Wow. Not only did she waste money on a thing she knew you didn't want, she wasted time and effort and, now, emotion on a test, when she was supposed to just be celebrating you. You know, like friends do. Not the asshole. Your friend is following some stupid TikTok trend and now mad at you for having manners and knowing that it's the thought that counts with gifts? She is literally mad at you for being grateful she gave you a present because it was part of some bullshit friendship test. How does any of that make sense? Not the asshole. Your friend is shitty. You had the proper and polite response to her gift. Not the asshole. Good friends don't test each other, and they certainly don't say things like, "She was planning on giving me my real gift, but since I lied I didn't deserve it." A real friend would have given you your real gift from the get-go, not set up a test to see whether you deserved it. What in the toxicity? Not the asshole. But she sure is. Who does that? Maybe distance yourself from she seems like bad news. What the fuck? Is she okay? Because if this is seriously her only instance of this weird manipulative bullshit, you might want to check in with her. You could point out exactly what you wrote here. Yes, that dress isn't what you normally would wear. But you trust that she has your best interest at heart and thought nothing malicious behind it. You trust her and was willing to trust her judgment and give the dress a try. But she broke that with this bullshit test, not the asshole, and it up to you how you want to go forward with this friendship. I honestly don't like people who feel like they have a right to test relationships to prove honesty or loyalty. Not the asshole. Accepting a gift graciously and showing appreciation is a good thing to do, even if you don't care for the gift. Giving somebody a shitty gift intentionally to test their honesty is pretty despicable. The fact that you tried to appreciate the gift anyway and wear it around her shows you're a better friend than she is. TikTok pranks and tests are the worst. Not the asshole. WTF? Not the asshole. How old is she? This is some childish bullshit. Not the asshole. It's bad manners to rebuff a gift. She provided the receipt so you could return and exchange, which is the back door that allows people to both be polite and get what they actually want. Intentionally giving you something she knows you don't actually want simply to test you and see what your reaction would be makes her the here, obviously. While she attempted to discern what kind of friend you are through this test, she revealed herself to be petty, sneaky, and untrustworthy. A good friend would have told you, "I hope you will tell me when, if I gift you something you don't want," and left it at that. Otherwise it is expected that you would be gracious when receiving anything. Not the asshole. Tell your friend they got pranked by TikTok. The real test was to see if someone was dumb enough to pull this fake test on a supposed friend. Real friends don't make friends jump through hoops to prove their friendship. They love and support them unconditionally. The gag gift is kind of a funny joke, but she missed the opportunity to say, "Kidding. I just wanted to see the look on your face. Here is the gift I knew you would love. And I love the fact that you appreciated the stupid dress, even though we both knew you'd hate it." Sue. Buying someone a gift you know they will hate to test them equals good friend. Politely thanking somebody for a gift they have given you equals bad friend. Okay. Not the asshole. Find new friends. Not the asshole. No, that is not normal, and your friend is an both for playing a petty stunt to test you and for unloading on you afterward. Either she'll come around and realize you have a sweet disposition and good manners, or else she doesn't deserve you. Who's to say you couldn't style it to be something you could like and wear? Who has one specific style? I wear multiple styles, which seems to be the norm with every person I know. The one consistent in my closet would have to be my lack of color. I usually stick to neutrals. So if a friend bought me a super red shirt, I would maybe find a way to make it work, even if it wasn't initially my cup of tea. Testing someone's loyalty is messed up. I would sit her down and tell her how you're definitely not okay with what happened. If she pushes back, and tries to throw it on you for being a bad friend, I think you know where your friendship has unfortunately gone. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. What the fuck? Seriously, who does that? No, and just no. Ghost her for a bit until she seems willing to understand she messed up. I was sweating until I got to the paragraph about lunch because my name starts with an E, and 2 weeks ago I got my friend that is usually androgynous a sundress they had sent me via messenger, and I for real thought this was about to be me, haha. Not the asshole at all. Testing your friends and loved ones is crappy, especially when it's because of something so juvenile as a social media trend, experiment. Not the asshole. You were being kind and she was being an asshole. I really don't understand why she thought this was a good idea. This is not the way to test a friendship. Not the asshole. You don't need to pass a test for a true friend. She's incredibly out of line and should apologize. If she doesn't, I would tell her honestly how hurt you are that she tried to test you. Anyone over 12 years old shouldn't be testing your friends. You made a good faith effort to show appreciation for her gift and to accept in the spirit that you assumed it was given in. You should be able to assume that a friend would give you a gift in good faith. Not the asshole. My guess is friend is pissed that she won't be able to return the prank dress. Testing friends and boyfriends is always an asshole move. On gift it seems to be a preference thing. A lot of people on this Reddit are militant about appreciate getting something, even if it's awful and the person getting it knew that before purchasing. I disagree. I would prefer to be honest and have people honest with me about liking or not liking gifts so people can actually be happy with what they receive. But not in a test. Just trial and error doing our bests. Not the asshole. You could not have been the asshole because she was testing you and that's awful. Not the asshole. Tell her to leave the gaming to the gamers. Not the asshole. You should never have to feel the need to test your friends or your friendship. Seems like she has issues on top of just being childish. You were trying to be a good friend and be open-minded about the dress, and you even tried wearing it for your friend. That is what real friends do. Honestly, it might be better if you didn't continue having a friendship with if she's so hellbent on needing to test you as a friend. Wow, not the asshole. No offense, but she doesn't seem like that good of a friend if she'd test you like that. Definitely not normal behavior. Not the asshole. You should just tell her what your true intent was. You weren't being honest because you didn't want to upset her. It's what polite people do after getting a gift they don't like. Also, I hate it when people try to use dumb social media pro tips IRL. They should understand that those are created for clout, not really to help anyone. Jesus Christ. How old are you people? Not the asshole. I'm sorry to hear about your friend's mental health. WTF, that's some conniving behavior on her part. She can't fathom that you were trying to spare her feelings? She purposely got you a gift that she knew you wouldn't like to try to trap you in some sort of childish, friendship test, and she's the one that's mad at you for it? Not the asshole. You were attempting to be kind, and even went as far as giving the dress a try even though it was out of character for you. She's the asshole for purposefully putting you in that position. That should be the true friendship test right there. Not the asshole. I do the same thing of making a point of wearing it using gifts in front of people, even if I'm not a fan. It's polite and kind. Yes, it's okay to say you don't like it. Both are equally okay, as long as you're not in awe about not liking it. But it's a ridiculous thing to give a bad gift as a test, and then say your friend is a bad person for sparing your feelings. This is kind of a fucked up thing to do. It is also a societal norm to try and spare people's feelings, especially if they did something kind for you. In this case it was a trap. I would see her as the one who is less honest and less trustworthy after a stunt like this. Friend advice from TikTok? Really? She had better be careful about pushing the people she cares about away. Not the asshole, you did nothing wrong. You tried to be gracious and kind. I don't know what your friend's issue with that is. Not the asshole, your friend is ta. What kind of weird shit is that? Not the asshole, this sounds like a shitty excuse to prank someone. Like those BF/GF tests that you see online. Why did she feel it was okay to stew with you? Maybe it's time for a friendship rethink. So, there's no way this story is real. Not the asshole. Find a new friend. This one is not worthy of your kindness. NTA. That is a really weird thing to do to somebody, especially your friend. You were very kind to wear the dress and appreciate the gift even though you didn't like it. Not the asshole, tell her you are disappointed in her, and you did not think your friendship was so shallow that she had to play silly games to test it. Not the asshole, wow, she's a little misguided, huh? Not the asshole, you shouldn't have to pass ridiculous friendship tests that she found online. Even as a joke, I feel like this is a weird thing to do, but taking it seriously and throwing a tantrum because you were too polite to tell her you didn't like a gift she gave you is extremely immature. The only one being a bad friend here is her. Not the asshole. WTF? Even with my best friend since I've known since I was basically in diapers got me something I didn't like, I wouldn't be like, I love you, but I hate it. The fact she actively wanted you to tell her that you don't like it, not that it's just not your style, but to come out and say, I don't like this gift, I'm currently under the impression you put a lot of thought, effort, and money into. To someone who is one of your closest friends. WTF? Not the asshole. This is complete BS. If you have a friend, you should know if they're honest or not. I hope you go NC with this person. Not the asshole. This is just absolutely wild, and I am sorry this isn't much help, but I have no clue what I would do if I were in your shoes. I genuinely don't know what to say. This situation is just out of pocket. Most importantly, does the dress have pockets? Not the asshole. You actually did the kind thing by not telling her you didn't like it because you didn't want to hurt her feelings. How is that a bad thing? I don't see how telling someone they gave you a crappy gift proves you are a true friend. That's just stupid. Not the asshole. Your friend is just rude. Not the asshole. No real friend would do something like this. NTA, I'd try explaining to her what you said in the first paragraph about how you thought she wanted you to try something new. She might be having some issues with trust RN, but none of that is your fault. Not the asshole, she's being unreasonable. People would have completely different responses to this sort of test. For example, I would probably just straight up say that I don't like it. But others might hide their true feelings in order to not hurt their loved one's feelings. Emo, neither of these are wrong, and it is wrong of her to say that you're being an asshole and not a good friend. Not the asshole, she tested herself and failed. She didn't get the TikTok content she wanted. That's a shitty friend. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. You did what any good friend would do. You didn't want to hurt her feelings.